Good morning everyone, and welcome to a new video on the channel. As ever, please do remember to like and to comment, and most importantly to subscribe as we continue to develop this new channel. It is Saturday the 24th of January, and today we're off to see a game at the oldest football ground in the world. Yes, it's a trip to Hallam FC in Sheffield for Hallam versus Redcar Athletic in the Northern Premier League. So let's head down to South Yorkshire and to Sandygate to see what's going on at this historic ground. So here we are in Sheffield, and coming into today's game, Hallam FC are 12th in the Northern Premier League Division One East and are currently on an 8-game unbeaten run. And Redcar Athletic are top of the table, 10 points clear of second place Matlock Town. So Redcar's form, although they've been winning games, hasn't been as fluent as it has been recently. And they've had a lot of midweek games back to back close together. So will that be a factor today? As will the fact that Hallam will come into this game full of confidence, in great form. It's all set up to be a great occasion here at the oldest football ground in the world. Let's head into Sandygate and see how it all unfolds. And when you arrive at Hallam, you get a sense straight away of some of the history. There is the sign for Hallam Cricket Club, which is the foundation of this ground in 1804, and then Hallam FC, who came into being in 1860, the world's oldest football ground. Not quite the oldest football club, that of course is their near neighbours Sheffield FC, and the first ever recognised game of association football was played here on this very ground in 1860. It was a game between Hallam FC and Sheffield FC. History for football doesn't come any bigger than this. And here we are, another confirmation of the oldest football ground in the world, and a nice flashing sign going across the top there as we go into the pay hut. So having come through the pay hut there, You can see we've got a sort of stand-up bar here, cookie bar. We've got the clubhouse there, which we'll have a look at in a minute. We've got this quirky covered end behind the goal, which I gather gets quite full on match days. As you can see, we've got the Hallam cricket ground in the background there. It's a three-sided ground, obviously. And then we've got the main stand, which is just along here, so let's go and get a better view of that. It's the main spectator feature of this ground. There we go, zoom in. Main ground, the main stand at Sandygate. And you've got a sort of media raised section up there. Another view of the clubhouse. And we got this sort of outside area as you go into the clubhouse. It's called the 1860 suite. You can't get away from history in this place. We've got a little, got a little club shop here as you go into the clubhouse. There's the Hallam kit.
Lay down her.
And there's your clubhouse here at Hallam, with a nice view of the pitch on a cold day.
You made it early, son, haven't you?
A bit of a side-on view of the stand for you. And the dugouts just down here in front. A food cabin here, Anne's cabin, and we'll come back and check that out in a minute. And an old shirt here, memorabilia going into the main stand. There we go, history everywhere. And here's the away changing room, and a little bit compact. There's the shower. Hopefully be celebrating a win later. So it's time for our regular programme review, and Hallam's Matchday programme is 32 pages for £3, although it's an in-house production and they've had some technical issues today which has affected the quality and the cover, so they're actually selling today's at £1.50, but it'd usually be £3. So as you can see, it would normally be a full colour front cover. Officials on the inside. Then we got manager's notes from Craig Denton, the manager. Captain's column from Danny South. History of Hallam and what a rich history it is. Mandatory ads. Feature on ourselves, Redcar Athletic. I'm guessing this will be... These in-house programs are always a little bit harder to turn the pages over. There we go, pen pictures, match reports from recent games, 3-1 win at Dunstan, no mean feat that, and a 0-0 draw at Hallam, no mean feat that. More ads, league table, more adverts, stats, fixtures, results, more ads, coming up, teams on the back. Going to give this one 6 out of 10 on the ratingometer. And so the teams coming out for today's game here at Sandygate. Hallam FC wearing as usual their home kit of royal blue, all royal blue, and Redcar with their home shirts and a change shorts and socks of all red today. And after being unchanged for 3 games in a row, the management team have made 5 changes for today's trip to Hallam. I think we call it rotation. And we're underway here at Sandygate. So a free kick to the home side just inside the Redcar half to be taken by Charlie Stanyland. Stanyland with the kick. And fired wide by Alfie Smith. Fewster, and just about gathered at the second attempt by Warhurst. Hallam on the attack down the left. Aquas on the ball. Aquas gets the cross in. Headed goalwards and flicked out. It was South, the captain, with the header. And now Stanyland. Stanyland fires it in. And dealt with by the Redcar defence. But only as far as Brandon Bradbury, who fires an effort low across the face of goal. Early pressure from the home side. Anderson picks the ball up into Burns, who loses his footing, but picked up by JJ Bartlett into Curtis Round and recycles it back to Bartlett. Bartlett plays it forward looking for Boys over the top, and Boys ruled to be offside. So following controversial free kick conceded by Danny Lay, which the Redcar players were adamant shouldn't have been a foul, has resulted in this free kick on the right hand side, which is going to be taken by Ollie Russon for the home side. So Russon with the free kick, and right the way across. Masfari was scrabbling across his goal, but the ball went harmlessly behind in the end. Danny Lay tries flicking it round the corner, but easy for Warhurst. Owen Burns. Anderson pings it out wide on the right to Burles. And at the moment it's Paolo Aquas who's winning that battle out on the right. Aquas now. Picked up by Anderson. Now Danny Lay. Curtis Round. Round inside to Fewster. Tries to make an opening, but the ball eventually gathered by Warhurst. Free kick to Hallam, which is going to be taken by the keeper Warhurst. Plays a long ball forward. And that's easy for Masfari. Another change of free kick taker for Hallam. This time it's Mason Warren. Just on the halfway line. And a bit of a half chance there, but couldn't get any purchase on the shot. Aquas with the cross. And Bradbury wins the first corner of the game, which goes to the home side. So it's going to be Warren with the corner for Hallam. Into the area. And hooked clear by Boys back in defence. Back into the box, picked up by Burles, and another free kick conceded by the Steelmen, who are conceding a few too many, it has to be said. So Russon with the latest free kick for Hallam. Out wide on the left, just near the corner flag. Played into the box, and headed wide by Danny Burns. Anderson out to Owen Burns, back to Round, inside to Bartlett, outside to Burles. Bartlett crosses in and headed behind for the first corner of the game to the Steelmen. So it's going to be Anderson with the corner. Into the middle and headed just over by Danny Lay. It's the first clear-cut chance of the game for Redcar, and it goes begging. All picked up following an error. It's into Russo and now Aquas with the effort, and it loops just over the bar for a corner for Hallam. So Staniland with the latest corner for Hallam, and to the near post, and rather wasted that one. Curtis Round plays the ball up to Owen Burns. Back to Round. Burns inside to Anderson. And well left by Bartlett for Burles, and now back to Bartlett. Burles plays it in and flicked, and now Round. Oh, and gathered by Warhurst there, as it looked as if Curtis Round was going to take the ball round him. Good recovery from the keeper. Anderson to Round, back to Anderson. And for the first time, Redcar showing some signs of getting a grip on this game. Ball played forward, and just a little bit overhit for Burns, who would have been clean through on goal, as Redcar step up the pressure. Great tenacity from Burns, out to Fuster. Fuster inside, oh, and just couldn't quite be met at the far post by Boys, and it's the final action of the first half here at Sandygate. A game which, as has been the trend in recent matches, wasn't quite the prettiest spectacle, and there's everything to play for. Half time here at Sandygate, it is Hallam 0, Redcar Athletic 0. Half time then, Hallam 0, Redcar Athletic 0, and difficult surface to play on with a significant slope. I would imagine that a lot of teams are going to find it hard going down here at the oldest football ground in the world. Redcar really taking a long time to come to grips with the surface, whereas the home side were obviously a lot more comfortable with it. It took until about 5 minutes from half time until Redcar had their first sniff of a chance on goal with that header over the bar from Danny Lay from Mark Anderson's corner, and then they went on to have two really good chances after that. Obviously Curtis Round looked as if he was about to take the ball round the keeper, and then right at the end there was that excellent cross in from Round himself that almost found Adam Boys at the far post. So signs that they're getting back into it, but now they've got to get to grips with playing down the slope and not overhitting things. So again, the home side have the advantage of knowing how this pitch plays and how to play up it. So a strong bench for Redcar, which could be a turning point in the game later on if they need it. We'll see what happens. Let's see what happens here at Sandygate in the second 45. And we're back underway here at Sandygate. Russon plays the ball forward looking for South, but the flag's up. Free kick opportunity for Redcar going to be taken by Anderson. Goes for goal and held by Warhurst. Fuster and tried to catch Warhurst off his line, but didn't quite time his effort correctly. Another free kick to Redcar just inside the Hallam half. Again, Anderson on free kick duty. Played forward, picked up by Burgess, round the corner to Lay, and couldn't quite get the ball out of his feet. Hallam break, but back to Masfari. And Redcar come again with Bartlett. Inside to Burns. Burns out to Fuster, round the corner to Round, and couldn't quite thread the ball through to Adam Boys. Bartlett, Round. Still Round, and gathered by Warhurst. Free kick to Redcar out by the corner flag. Curtis Round plays it in and headed clear by South. And now Aquas breaking. Plays it inside and almost picked up by Litchfield, but back to Masfari. Play forward for Boys. JJ Bartlett plays it over the top. Anderson goes for goal and it's just over the bar. Free kick to Hallam on the halfway line, going to be taken by Staniland. Played into the box. Headed clear. Well dealt with by Owen Burns, and now Redcar breaking. On by Fuster to Anderson, and now inside to Boys, and almost catches Warhurst off his line. Free kick to Redcar to be taken by Burles after a foul on Johnson, who had just come on and got a rude awakening, which earned Hallam a yellow card. Ball played across, and Russon Warren out to Aquas. Aquas going forward and a good challenge, but Hallam recycle the ball with Staniland. Staniland crosses and gathered by Masfari, but at the expense of the corner for Hallam. That's going to be Warren on the far side with this corner for the home side. Crosses in and dealt with as Redcar break. Burles plays in Louis Johnson. Johnson and wins a corner as he tried to find the near post. So substitute John Howard with this latest Redcar corner. Played into the box and flicked clear by Warhurst. Now Boys, and bit of a heavy touch for Bartlett, which lets the home side break, but the ball can't get through to Staniland, and it's back to Masfari, who mops up the danger. Burns through to Louis Johnson, through to Burns, and wins another corner. Howard with the latest corner for the Steelmen. Into the box, headed clear, picked up by Bartlett. Round the corner from Burgess to Bartlett. Bartlett over the top, and that is going to be offside. So Russon on this left hand side now for Hallam. Back to Aquas. Aquas with the ball in, headed clear and picked up. Danger still not fully dealt with by the Steelmen. And this time it is, and John Howard brings the ball away and into Owen Burns, who's had a good game. Burns slides through Adam Boys, and a great save by Warhurst, and a point blank range save there to keep the scores level as Redcar come again with Danny Lay. Out to Burles. Burles crosses in. Owen Burns, and again Warhurst deals with it. and the keeper at the moment keeping his side in the match. So the latest corner for the Steelmen going to be taken by Howard. Into the near post. Picked up by Bartlett. Howard. And just wide first from Johnson, who saw his effort saved, and then headed over, and another chance goes begging for the Steelmen. Burles robs the ball inside and across the face of goal, and again there's no one on the end of it from the Steelmen, and it goes behind for a goal kick as the frustration builds amongst the Redcar players. Louis Johnson, and it's wide again from the Steelmen. Another chance goes begging. The top to Boys, and he scored it. Adam Boys has scored it late in the game. It was a simple ball over the top, and Adam Boys has found the back of the net. It is 1-0 to the Steelmen here at Sandygate. And there is the final whistle here at Sandygate. The Steelmen left it late, but they've ground out another 1-0 victory here at the home of the first football match ever played. It finishes Hallam 0, Redcar Athletic 1.
Come on!
Yes, boys!
Happy days.
I joined after the game today by Dave McTiernan, a 1-0 win. We're grinding out these 1-0s at the moment, and we've done it again today.
Yeah, it was a tough game. The conditions were, really hard for us. Pitch on a big slope. Just about playable. It was on this morning. So credit the lads have come here. They've dug in, and it's just what we deserve. The attitude is absolutely outstanding. You can hear them all celebrating there. That's the mindset we've got at the minute. Just keep on grinding results out.
So that looked really tough in the first half, in particular, playing up that hill. They put us under a fair bit of pressure at times.
Yeah, they did. Like I said, the slant's a big slant, and we had to defend for our lives at times. But we did do that. We went in at 0-0, and we knew that second half would create chances. And we had a fair few chances, to be fair, but boys, you got the one at the end, which was really important.
I was going to say, second half, we probably created enough chances to have won 3 games, but we didn't manage to put one away until 2 minutes from the end. But boys' finish was excellent.
Look, we'll take 1-0s all the time. We did create chances, and the lads keep on working. It's something that we talk about, trying to convert them chances. But 3 points is the most important thing, and we've come away, on a away day there, 2.5 hours down the road, and we've got 3 points in the bag. And
you've certainly used the whole squad in these last 2 games. 5 changes from the win at Silsden.
Yeah, that's the aim. We've got a fantastic squad, and the mindset in here is, no matter who we play, they're going to give us their all, and there's lots of quality in there. So fair play. The bench came on again, changed the game, and this is what we keep on saying. It's not 11, it's a full squad game, and like I said, really proud of the lads there.
And a very difficult-looking North East derby away to Heaton Stand coming up next on Tuesday night.
They're all difficult. Like I said, Heaton Stand away, on paper, it's a tough place to go. But again, so is Hallam away, in tricky conditions, and so is the previous opponents we've had. So we'll go there confident and in the right spirits like we approach every game. So just delighted with 3 points today.
Cheers, Dave. So it finishes Hallam 0, Redcar Athletic 1, and that was a really hard-fought win, wasn't it? Down in Sheffield, the sort of game that wins you titles. I know we've said it a few times recently, where Redcar have really grafted to grind out a result. and it's not been pretty the last few games, but with a lot of games bunched together, and obviously us now being the team that everyone wants to beat, people are raising their game against us. They're making it difficult for us. They're putting in last gasp challenges, and add to that the fact that perhaps we haven't been playing the free-flowing football that we were earlier in the season. You have to say that we are continuing to get the job done, and as I said in my last video, at this stage of the season, this crucial stage of the season, that is really all that matters. We keep that 10-point buffer zone. It was a great experience today going to Sandygate, my first time there. I'd strongly recommend it to all football fans, to all students of the game. There's something quite awe-inspiring really, and at standing and watching at the piece of turf that hosted the first ever game of association football that's ever been played on this planet. So it's a pretty big deal when you think about it. And it was nice actually to get presented by with a plaque before the game by Hallam FC to commemorate the first ever appearance of Redcar Athletic on the oldest ground in the world, and that will certainly sit very proudly in the boardroom back at Green Lane. So got the job done today. A great day out. The games continue to come thick and fast, and the next one will be along very soon on this channel, and it is a tasty North East derby as we reacquaint ourselves with one of our former Northern League outfits, Heaton Stannington, up in Newcastle on Tuesday night for another Northern Premier League clash. So join me again for that one, and until then, enjoy your weekend, and thanks as ever for watching Just a Sec TV.